XRP JD checking in. It is Tuesday, March 17th, and I hope everybody has had a great start to their week. I have been busy. Man, my daughter had another basketball tournament this past weekend, so I was in the gym all weekend with her. I haven't got a chance to sit down and get my thoughts together and bring y'all a video, but let me tell you, there has been a lot going on in the crypto space, y'all. It's been a lot to follow. I just been kind of poking around and doing my own due diligence as usual, doing my research, checking out some of my favorite influencers and just staying educated. But before we get into that, before we get into anything, let me just tell y'all that, like I said before, I am a father. I have three kids, and when my kids are home and everybody's up and my house is lively, it can get kind of loud and crazy, y'all. So let me just tell y'all, if y'all hear them in the background or y'all hear some stuff going on, we just gonna power through it. We just gonna power through it, y'all. And that's one of the things that that's just real life for me. So that's one of the things that I want to bring to y'all as well. Is just real life and a little bit of authenticity, right? So, like I said, there's been so much going on in the crypto space. I've been hearing a lot of topics being talked about. I've been hearing about XRP repricing. I've been hearing about $100 XRP. I've been hearing about the Clarity Act being passed. But before we get into anything, before we get into any topics here, let's just take a look at the market because we have had some uptrend here the last 7 days, y'all. The last week has been looking very, very good on the charts. As you can see, we're taking a look at coin market cap here. And let me just add what I say on my channel and the information that I give is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to just bring the information to y'all and just put this stuff in front of you. But let's just check out some of this uptrend we've had in some of these assets the past couple days. If you look at Bitcoin up 5%, Ethereum up 14.36% on the 7-day, XRP up 9.4%. So a lot of these assets have been gaining, y'all, over the last 24 to 48 hours. As you can see, Chainlink right there up 9%, Stellar up 9% on the 7-day. Now, the last 24 hours, things have seemed to be cooling off and just kind of pulling back a little bit, which is fine too. Because I always see these pullbacks. And when the market dips, I see those as buying opportunities. So we need those dips, man. We need those dips to continue to accumulate. But yeah, we've had the last 7 days, the last week or so in the market has been looking real nice. As you can see there, Hedera up 4.3 percent. So yeah, but let's in this video, we're gonna talk about this $100 XRP, y'all. Now, before I get into this, let me just say that I am not saying XRP is gonna go to $100 tomorrow. Okay, I am not saying that XRP is gonna go to $100 next week. I am just simply bringing y'all this information and just it's just a fun topic to talk about. I've been hearing about this $100 or XRP going to $100 since I've been in the market, since I've invested in XRP, and it's always fun to speculate. I mean, me, in my personal opinion, everything that I've seen around Ripple, all the interest from financial institutions, banks that I've seen with Ripple and XRP, I'm gonna just tell you, this is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my opinion and my speculation, y'all, based on the information and everything that I've been seeing. I think $100 for XRP, that's only the beginning. That is only the beginning. But that's just my thoughts. That's my opinion. I want to bring you a clip from Encash Official. He does a little dive on it. So with that being said, let's see what Encash Official has to say about the $100 XRP.
$100 per XRP. This is actually an insane overall price prediction that we've been hearing for quite some time. Just for reference, I've been hearing about a $100 XRP for well over now 6+ years in the space. Now, do I think that XRP is never going to $100 because it didn't happen in 6 years? Absolutely not. In fact, I feel like everything that we have witnessed in the last 6 years has kind of reinforced the idea that these digital assets could easily be worth some of these crazy valuations that have been thrown around for years. Now, one thing that I will say, and you'll probably notice this in the XRP community, is that a lot of people will go and post engagement farming charts on X where they basically just grab a bars graph and say, all right, well, I think that we're here on XRP. And then they'll just do something like, this. Obviously, they'll change the scale, but then they'll do something like this and say, all right, well, that's it. XRP is going to $300. That's just simply not the way things work. Like, if that was the way things work, then hey, we would all be extremely rich and, obviously we would all be happy. But, looking at XRP going from where we currently are to $100, you're looking at a gain of over $98, which is insane. But let's think about this real quick. If we think that XRP is going to be this bridge currency, institutional players are going to use it, tokenized assets, if we're really thinking about this logically, wouldn't XRP at $100 make sense? Like, a lot of people
And let me tell y'all, for XRP to serve its prime function and to be utilized, for it to be used for what it's designed for, it has to be a high price. Its main function is facilitating cross-border payments, large cross-border payments, moving money with speed. So in order for it to be used in that particular way, it has to be a high price.
I think that this is just not going to happen because of market cap. Because again, all right, well, the largest stocks in the world, again, it doesn't take XRP to $100. The highest price point here is Nvidia at 4.38 trillion. That's a $71 XRP. But the main thing is, I have the...
And another thing we have to look at too, y'all, especially with some of the Wall Street stocks, right? Some of the big name companies like Apple and Amazon, these stocks were once very low value. These stocks were once under $100, under $10, under $5. When Apple stock was $1, $2, $3, and somebody was speculating saying, man, this company is going to gain so much growth. This company is going to be so valuable. This Apple stock is going to go to $500. People probably thought that person was crazy or talking crazy. But look where those stock prices of those Wall Street stocks are now.
Market cap over here. If we were to hit $100 tomorrow, the fully diluted value, we're going off of the full supply. Obviously, I know that this is not the best way to calculate it because, again, we know the escrow, it's not in circulation. It's utilized properly for, certain things. But just going off the fully diluted value so that nobody can argue this, we're talking about a little bit less than $10 trillion for XRP. I know for a fact that there's somebody out there right now that just said, oh, yeah, only $10 trillion. That's ever going to happen. But the thing is we look at gold, okay? And I know that XRP is not exactly gold. I know that gold's not like XRP. But gold has an estimated market cap between $35 to $36 trillion. And with the recent push with silver, silver hit well over a $5+ trillion market cap. I understand that these, metals have enormous use case potential and utility. My graphics processor in my computer has gold in it. I understand how important these things are. But these commodities are also worth the price that they are because of external use, on top of the buying demand of these underlying assets. They're looked at as safe havens. Now, with XRP, again, people think that XRP can't hit $100. Let's think about this logically. The entire world of finance is moving on chain.
Did y'all hear what he said? The entire world of finance is moving on chain. Everything is becoming tokenized, y'all. Everything.
We are starting to see everything becoming tokenized. Real estate, stocks, commodities, credit. Like I just talked about gold and silver, their market caps. Again, gold and silver on chain recently started to skyrocket. And here we have the underlying networks. We do know that XRP is number 2 here, $1.1 billion. Like, we are starting to see a lot of these things being tokenized. I do believe that every single asset will be on chain in a massive way.
Every single asset will be on chain. Every single security will be on chain moving forward, y'all. Y'all need to pay attention to this. Y'all need to pay attention to this. And like I said, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but this is definitely something that you need to turn some interest to. This is a once in a lifetime chance, y'all, for us to close the wealth gap. So let's just think about that. And hey, let me know in the comments what you think about the $100 XRP. I mean, I told y'all my thoughts and what I think, but what do you think about the $100 XRP? Let me know. But with that, I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Until the next one.